Hello and welcome to the Property Show Year-End Special. I am Shweta Kothari.
And I'm Chanakya Bhatia. What a year it was for the real estate sector. Lots of ups and downs, Shweta.
Oh, absolutely. There were a lot of reforms, measures and initiatives that were taken up in 2016. However, it did not bring around the much needed turnaround in the sector, did it, Chanakya?
It did not, but some measures were taken up this year which can bring the lost confidence and investors back into the market in 2017, and sentiments might improve.
Absolutely.
So what all happened in 2016 and how was the year for the real estate sector? Let's find out in this story. The year, which was predicted by industry experts as the turnaround year, ended with a whimper. Neither did prices nor sales or deliveries rise. The home buyer's pain was the most acute in India's largest realty market, NCR, where developers like JP, Unitech, Supertech, Amrapali failed yet again to deliver. And furious home buyers took their anger to the streets. And the protests spread beyond the capital to Chennai, Mumbai and Bangalore, with home buyers marching in the scorching heat demanding justice. And despite the summer of rage, real estate leaves behind 2016 with over 60,000 delayed projects across major cities in India.
JP was supposed to be a very renowned and very reliable developer. That is why we booked this flat. I booked it for my mother who has retired and is waiting for her flat.
I bought plot in year 2007, whereas from last 5-6 years I'm chasing and sell guys like anything, emailers, telephone. Even if you call their customer care, they even don't entertain the customer care number also. If you put the mail, they will just automatic mail generation that they will get back to you. Nobody get back to us.
With sales barely moving and buyers' confidence still missing, developers had no option but to slow down launches to a trickle. And despite lucrative schemes and offers during the festive seasons, combined inventory overhang in top 8 cities touched almost 5 lakh units according to the data provided by Prop Tiger.
I think our expectation needs to be a little more moderated because what has happened in 2007 to 10 will not happen again. You also mentioned about the inventory overhang, and I think what is happening is the developers today are focusing more on completion of the existing projects, and maybe that's the reason of why we don't have the new launches happening.
Reserve Bank of India tried to bring some cheer to home seekers by cutting key bank lending rates to a 6-year low of 6.25%. Banks and housing finance companies, though, refused to pass on the entire 1.75% rate cut of 2016 to the home buyer, disappointing developers desperate for a demand pickup as well.
There was a huge expectation not only in the real estate sector but in the general economy and industry and private sector and the retail segment and the services sector that there would be a rate cut. This of course has led to disappointment across the board. The RBI has its own reasons. It's been saying that they've done 1.75% rate cut since 2015 and the benefits have not been passed on by the banks to the individual customer.
The year also ends with buyers' hopes crushed on regulation around real estate.
Well, actually we are really very disappointed and all our enthusiasm has gone now, seeing the rules notified by Gujarat and also UP. And as you know, we have really worked hard with the Union Ministry for housing and poverty alleviation, and we were of the opinion thought that this rule will become the model rules for all the states.
Despite passing of the much awaited Real Estate Regulator Act by the Parliament in March 2016 and a model RERA by Housing Ministry, the Act has watered down tremendously at the individual state level. So it seemed the courts are still the buyer's best bet, and 2016 stood out with the Supreme Court and Consumer Courts coming to the rescue of distressed home buyers. We saw many judgments which set a precedent against big names in the sector who are blatantly flouting norms and promises. Last but not the least, let's not forget the Prime Minister's speech on the 8th of November.
To break the grip of corruption and black money, we have decided that the 500 rupee and 1000 rupee currency notes presently in use will no longer be legal tender from midnight to night.
Prime Minister's demonetization move sent chills down the spine of India's real estate sector, considered as the favorite parking place for black money. Buyers backed out and deals in the pipeline stalled, making the wait for a revival even longer.
We had undergone a lot of transactions, and those transactions are in limbo right now because the clients are expecting a price cut, and the sellers are not ready to budge from the price.
Buyers are now anticipating a price correction, after which they might look to get back into the market. On the other hand, developers are optimistic with the government's move, saying that the impact will be short-lived and buyers will return to the market in coming months.
I think this is one of the best things that the government has done. I know there is pain across because of the transition, but if this hadn't been done, we wouldn't grow into a international economy and never at a speed that we will grow now. So this is a fantastic move which has happened. CREDAI, our association of real estate developers across the country, supports this wholeheartedly.
With the regulator in each state alongside interest rates likely to come down and demonetization effect to fade out in near future, things look promising for the real estate sector in 2017. All eyes will be upon the upcoming budget too. Developers are hoping that the government will take care of their interest and bring out a populist budget. Whereas the developers have to bring their act together, work on the completion of the projects and deliver what they have promised. Only then we can see the real estate cycle moving forward. With camera person Sumi, this is Chanakya Bhatia for NDTV.
Well, it was a transformative